What's your biggest fear? 1. I choked on a piece of steak home alone a few months ago and had to give myself the Heimlich maneuver. It took 3 tries. I'll never forget my dog staring at me and the thought of my girlfriend coming home to find me dead on the floor of our apartment. Now I think about that every time I eat by myself. So choking to death alone is my greatest fear. 2. Memory loss. Literally, everything I know in my life is memories. 3. Deep water or caves with no light that you have to crawl to get through. So a cave full of water would be the worst. That or what happened to that guy who was repairing an industrial bread oven when it turned on and he couldn't switch it back off from the inside. 4. Rabies. You're fine one moment, and then the next day you have a headache. Turns out you got infected on that camping trip 6 years ago and it's been hiding in you ever since. Now that you have a headache, it's in your brain and you're already dead. There's next to nothing doctors can do except put you in a coma and say a prayer, but odds are nearly 100% that if you do survive that you're a vegetable or nearly one. You experience incredible pain, irrational hydrophobia, manic behavioral changes, and a total loss of motor control near the end. It's gotta be one of the most humiliating, dehumanizing and terrifying ways to go, and it can happen just like that. Rabies is terrifying. 5. Drowning. Getting stuck in some tight place and asphyxiating/dying of hunger in there, or getting steamed to death. That's pretty much the shared first place. 6. Being one of those people who dies alone in their home and doesn't get found for weeks or more because they have no one who cares enough to notice they're not around anymore. 7. Biggest fear is losing everything I have worked so hard for later in life. I watched my parents work hard, do everything right, build wealth, and then almost towards their 50s my father got sick, lost his job. And now struggle to make ends. They had to sell anything that had any value to them. Now they just go through life with seemingly little enjoyment because they had everything set, and in a blink of an eye it was gone and probably never come back. 8. Societal collapse. A climate or economic or disease-based destruction of society as we know it. Every part of normal life ceasing to exist, and every person having to fend for themselves. There's a documentary called Collapse that scared the crap out of me.